What up? What up? What up? Welcome to a now joining session with Cess. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're returning to the channel, welcome back. We appreciate you all. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the notification so you know when we talking. Like, share, engage. Let's keep the conversation going. Join the conversation. A lot of times you see me with my partner in crime, Coach Rowe and Coach Burston, my partners in crime, Coach Rowe and Coach Burston. Been on a few different sessions, but today it's just a session with Cess. Stop. The session with Cess today is stemming from a conversation that I totally had with Coach Rowe. And for those of you who've tuned in before, you know that Coach Rowe is a avid women's basketball fan, and he's really been talking to me a lot about Caitlin Clark. Now, I got my South Carolina Gamecocks hat on because I am a fan, and Caitlin gave us that work in the tournament. So I don't know if part of the reason why I don't tune in to Iowa is because I feel some type of way about the way everything ended last year, and I could have some bias there. I'll be honest, or if it's just that the style of play really doesn't bring me to the TV a lot. Only because not because Caitlin's not a baller, but just because I feel like sometimes there's an opportunity that the teams don't take to not shut her down and let her go off, and try to shut down everything else. So if Caitlin goes off for 30, 40, 50, and you shut down everything else, then I think you got a good chance of beating Iowa. And it's easier said than done. We didn't have an answer for it last year, so. I'm listen. I'm like I say. I'm talking headlines from the sidelines all the time, y'all. They don't pay me. They give Dawn 22. They gave Dawn 22 M's to get it done. So I'm just talking. This is just commentation. But I wanted to take a deeper dive into who Caitlin is, right? As a player. And what she actually brings as a player. I mean, 3,900 and 800. You know, when you get points, assists, rebounds like that, it say a lot about who you are. You know, this is just very early in her senior year. She's been able to amass these type of numbers. She is a record breaker for sure. Definitely a record breaker. She came in as a freshman and just made an immediate impact. I want to say that she, I think she led the NCAA in scoring as a freshman, and just her awards, her accolades. Listen, I usually don't take time to read through highlights and awards, but when the list is like this, you got to take a moment and just give some flowers. Listen to this, y'all. 2023 AP Player of the Year, 2023 Honda Sports Award, 2023 John R. Wooden Award, 2023 Naismith College Player of the Year, 2023 USBWA National Player of the Year, 2023 Wade Trophy winner, 2023 James E. Sullivan Award, two-time unanimous first-team All-American, three-time first-team All-American, USBWA, three-time WBCA Coaches All-American, second-team All-American in 2021, three-time Dawn Staley Award winner, two-time Nancy Lieberman Award winner, USBWA National Co-Freshman of the Year, WBCA Co-Freshman of the Year, two-time Big Ten Player of the Year, McDonald's All-American, Iowa Miss Basketball, Cup MVP for FIBA Under 19, 3 gold medals in the FIBA World Cup Under 19. And then in her junior year, she just continued to dominate, right? She won all those major titles, and then she just went on a tear. She tore the tournament up, and just like put her stamp on what she did with the tournament. Like I know that they went on to play in the championship game with LSU, and that didn't fare well for them. But I feel like she really put her stamp on the tournament with what she did to South Carolina. Like I think she gave us like 41, ended the 42 game win streak. I think ended the perfect season. Sent Aaliyah Boston on to the WNBA without that last championship that she was looking for. So and the rest of the starters that left, not just Aaliyah, but I so wanted. I had been so tied into Aaliyah from her freshman year, watching her run through South Carolina, that I really wanted that for her. I was tied into that story. I wanted it for all of us, but definitely for Aaliyah. In the tournament, she was the 6th Division I women's player to score 1,000 points in a single season. Her 16-point came during the national semifinals. She also was the first to reach 1,000 points and 300 assists. Championship game record. Of course, she had 8 threes. She scored or assisted on all 18 of Iowa's points in the fourth quarter of the national semifinals game against South Carolina. She had 60 assists through 6 games in March Madness, setting the tournament record, and 191 points scored in the tournament to pass Cheryl Swoops up at 177. That record was set back in 1993. Record breaker. Listen, I can't deny the fact that she's a straight hooper. Caitlin Clark is a baller. This year, she is absolutely the best player in women's college hoops. Hands down. Best player in hoops. She's averaging, I think, just over 30. I think she's averaged just over 30 points. Let me take a look. I want to get this right. I want to make sure that I get this right. So let me just take a look here real quick at what she's been able to do. Just this year. She's at about 30.5 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, almost 7.5, I think closer to 8 assists, 1.5 steals, shooting 48, almost 50% from the field, almost 40% from 3, 80%, I think, from the line. And she just took Michigan State. She just crushed Michigan State with a 3 at the buzzer to start conference play. So I think it's Evan. Yeah, she is the best player in college hoops right now. But she didn't close that deal. And I want to know, does her college legacy need a natty? Does she need to get that chip, y'all? Let me know in the comments. Does her legacy require a natty? I think so. I'm saying that she do. I mean, shit. If you come out and you play the game like she plays it on a regular basis, leaving everything on the court, trying to carry your team, drag your team, push your team, whatever it takes to get your team to that ring, I think that her college legacy needs a natty. And I understand all the accolades. I understand all of the awards. I understand all of the records. But those things is made to be broken. And them accolades and stuff, they get dusty and stuff on your stands. And they nice to show off. But I think the competitor in her wants that chip. I think she came into this league. I think she came into this season with a chip on her shoulder. And she means business. She's kicked off the conference. She's kicked off this conference play with a win, a nice win against Michigan State, who I think played them closer than anybody expected. Michigan State, I think, played them closer than anybody expected. They're not even a ranked team, but they took them down to the buzzer and over a screen instead of under the screen, and maybe it looks different. I'm not saying that, I mean, listen, Caitlin Clark is cold, ice cold veins, okay? Ice cold veins, I know. Winner. She's going for the throat. She's going for the dagger. She's looking for that. So, not to say that if she had gone over the screen instead of under it, that it would have definitely been a miss, But I just think it would have gave a better chance. But down to the wire, to taking on the chin like that, it's a great lesson for Michigan State to learn in January. And maybe they move into being ranked, but if they make it into March, it's definitely something that they can build on. So no slight there at all. But I think she needs this championship for the legacy. And I think that people's trash talk, people's reaction to the trash talk that took place last year was just way overblown. I'm glad to see women being competitive on the floor and letting their emotions show and making the world understand that we're competitors. We get excited too. We wanna win, and when we do good, we want to be able to show that emotion, and it comes out in different ways. And when the best is against the best, I'm gonna talk my shit, and you go talk your shit, and it's nothing personal. I get tired of people trying to make it racist. I get tired of people putting the sexism in it as if, it's okay for the men to show their emotion and women aren't supposed to show their emotion. Let's just let ballers be ballers. But she need this Naty, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think, really. I really am interested to know what you know. I can't wait to hear what Coach Rowe has to say about this one because I'm sneaking this one in on him. He wasn't expecting it. So, the win at the buzzer to start the conference play is a good start. I think that she's definitely setting her team up for a deep run in March. But I'm interested to see who's going to step up and play with her. And it's so funny that people compare her to Steph, although I don't see the same two-way. And I'm not calling Steph a two-way player, but I definitely know that he has put his work in on the defensive end. And she may grow in that area as she continues to grow as a player. She's still in college, for goodness sake, right? So she may grow in that area as she continues to grow and build professionally. But I definitely think that she's chasing that ring. But I definitely think that she's going to need some help. And since we know that they have the team that they have, and so while I'm not a big fan of tuning in to every game, I will be watching to see who I think can step up as they move closer to March to try to make them more of a contender. Now, if she wins that Naty, is she declaring for the WNBA? Let me know what y'all think in the comments, y'all. If she gets it done, I definitely think that she should just go ahead and declare for the WNBA. I'll be honest, I'm a little selfish. I want her to declare either way because I just want to see her skill set and her talent and her relentlessness paired up with Aaliyah Boston and the rest of those ladies in Indiana to maybe shift some power in the league a little bit as they start to gel, as they would start to gel and grow as a team. But that's getting way far down the line. But if she's not able to close the deal, and because COVID gave her this second year, this opportunity to come back and play again, should she come back and play? That's another thing I want you guys let me know in the comments. Should she come back and play? I mean, NIL money set aside because I understand that she can make more money with her NIL deals than she can make in the WNBA, and that's a whole nother conversation that I hope we're able to get our arms around it and understanding and see some shifts in the bag in the WNBA for those ladies because it's definitely a good quality product that they're putting on the floor, and they're definitely deserving of just cost of living adjustment. They as hard as they work, we definitely want to see those ladies getting some more money. But so I think that the competitor in Caitlin would want to go back and try to get that national championship because I think that coming up, even though she's living in the generation where the WNBA has always been an option, and I grew up where it didn't become an option until I got pretty much grown, 96, shit, almost 20. The WNBA has always been an option. I think still, just as a baller and a competitor, and starting from where she started from, playing with the guys, so she was able to run on the AAU team and and then grow into the player that we see today. I think she grew up wanting that national championship. I think she wants that ring. I think she's won it at every level, and she wants to win at this level. So I can see her coming back. I would just be worried about her coming back because we talked about some freshman phenoms on Now Joining the Conversation last week or the week before, and it was just 7 ladies out of 25 or 30 that we could have talked about that are only going to get better next year. And we're looking at programs that are only going to get better next year. We know that South Carolina already has, I think, the number 2 recruiting class for 2024 coming in. One of our players has already, been admitted to South Carolina. She's joining us in the spring. Not to mention what UCLA is doing, USC is doing. You got Notre Dame. You got players that are out with injuries that aren't competing at all this year. So the competition is, and I love the parity in the women's college game that I'm starting to see here. But to come back next year and play for another national championship and listen, if you go twice and you give everything that you got and you left it on the floor, and within yourself there's nothing else that you could have done to win that natty, then you have to be able to see some things around you that are going to help you get over that hump. And she's Caitlin Clark. So I won't deny that I'm sure that there are players that want to come to play with Caitlin Clark, but do you come to play with Caitlin Clark knowing that she's going to be gone after a year and you're going to be in Iowa when you have an opportunity to, and that's not a slight on Iowa, because they'll always kind of be there. But when you could choose from going and playing maybe with a Juju Watkins or Malaysia Fuwiley or Michaela down at LSU, where they're going to be there a few more years, and you can gel and make a run at some things. What does that do for the recruiting? And with the transfer portal being there, that's a cool option. You could definitely come play with Caitlin for a year and then jump in the portal and see where you end up. But you could end up at a team where now maybe you're not as featured, or you're not getting the minutes that you thought, or you went from a situation where you were kind of setting yourself up to be the star of the program, even if you weren't going to be the the national champion. Maybe you could make a deep run in March, but maybe there just wasn't enough talent at the school that you're at to really be a Final Four contender, or a consistent national champion contender or anything like that. But there's always Cinderella runs. Would you want to make that type of move where you go to Iowa for a year and then transfer out, or take your chances on staying there? Just something to think about. I wanted to get this out because it was on my mind. Coach Rowe was really big up in Caitlin Clark, and like I said, she crushed us, so I know who she is. I definitely keep my ear to the street on her. I don't watch a lot of the games. I see a lot of the highlights. Cold killer. Definitely gonna make some noise in the WNBA whenever she does get there. But definitely like the heart and soul of Iowa right now. So excited to see what she does for the rest of the season. Looking forward to the competition going into March. And hoping that she gets some teammates to step up around her to really make her run at the ring that she wants. Although, I'm rooting for the Gamecocks, and I don't know if a Gamecock Iowa rematch. I definitely want to be able to see what that looks like. But with that 3-pointer that she shoots, the game can go anywhere at any time. She can get hot, with those 8 that she did. So thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the notifications. Let me know what you're thinking about Caitlin Clark and her being the best player in women's college basketball right now, and what you think about whether or not she should go back if she should declare for the draft if she was able to close this deal, and if she should come back and make another run at it, and even if you even think that her legacy needs a national championship to sustain it. I think, and I really feel like she needs it to sustain it, but that's just me. But you know what it is. Until next time, stay tuned. Talk soon. I'm out.